What's up? My name is Eric Butler. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back, and from all hip hop, Rep. George Santos introduces the Minaj Act in honor of Nicki Minaj's cousin's swollen balls. So this story is everywhere, but I think we can agree that all hip hop easily has the funniest headline. And this seems to be a match made in heaven because George Santos is a known liar and Nicki Minaj is like 85% plastic. So it's absolutely perfect. And I remember these headlines from a year or two ago when Nicki Minaj said, hey, maybe you guys want to cool it on the forced pharmaceuticals because this is what happened to my cousin. And the mainstream media raked her over the coals, uplift black women right out the window. This woman is crazy. We got to get rid of her. Meanwhile, conservatives were saying that, oh, she's based or whatever it is that the kids say. But obviously the truth lies somewhere in between. And she's really just a gross out rapper who's constantly picking fights with other lady rappers, even though their music is all incredibly garbage. But that's not the point, and I digress. They say, it sounds incredible, but George Santos is introducing a new bill named after Nicki Minaj over comments she made about her cousin's testicles. In a provocative move, Rep. George Santos, Republican from New York, has proposed a new vaccine bill named the Minaj Act after rapper Nicki Minaj. According to reports, the bill aims to establish a development period for new pharmaceuticals to boost public confidence. Well, that's funny. Why would you need to do that now? That's something that you probably should have been doing the entire time instead of foisting this on the public and telling them that they couldn't go to work or they couldn't go to school if they didn't comply with the weirdo forced pharmaceuticals. I mean, it's absolutely thug tactics, mafia tactics. If you don't take this, you can't go to work. That's why I call them the Pharmafia. And then we have a tweet from some woman here, Kadia Goba. I don't know who this is, but she says, ahem, Rep. George Santos just dropped 7 bills in the hopper, among them the Minaj Act, named for, yes, you guessed it, rapper Nicki Minaj, that establishes a development period for new pharmaceuticals in order to generate public confidence. Yeah, right? So why were we not doing that before? Look, I'm no politician, I'm no doctor, I'm no lawyer, I'm no scientist, but why were you not doing that before? That seems very obvious, right? When did we get to the point where we're just going to start pumping people full of drugs at the behest of the Pharmafia? I guess we made it, right? So we are their guinea pigs, right? Take the pharmaceuticals, eat the bugs, live in the pod, don't drive a car, stay, you know what I mean? Like, they just want control of every single aspect of your life. So for this known liar, this known establishment politician to come out and say, oh, maybe we should have a little grace period for new pharmaceuticals is like, yeah, duh. How was this not happening before? Absolutely astonishing. Nicki Minaj made headlines in September 2021 after cautioning her 22 million fans against being bullied into getting the juice, which was, as the kids say, very based. And that's why a lot of conservatives were a fan of her, not really knowing how disgusting some of her music actually is. I mean, I can't name one good Nicki Minaj song. She was okay in Monster. Everybody really likes the verse from Kanye West Monster on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I didn't really think it was that good. Jay-Z has a garbage verse on the song too, but Ye definitely delivers. Ye always delivers. But of course, that's not the point. Moving on. She shared a risque story about her cousin's friend in Trinidad who experienced severe side effects after receiving the juice, resulting in impotence and swollen testicles. But that can't be real. Nicki Minaj is crazy. That's impossible. Nothing could ever go wrong with this stuff. Just take it. Shut up. Put your mask back on. 2 masks. Goggles. You idiot. Nicki encouraged her fans to pray and make decisions based on their comfort levels, emphasizing the importance of informed choices in such intimate matters. Yeah, all seems to make sense to me. Her comments came at the height of the Rona pandemic after Biden issued an executive order requiring businesses with over 100 workers to enforce mandatory juice, which was all absolutely through the roof. And that's what they do, is they just rule by press release. It's not real. It's going to get thrown out in court, but they're just strong-arming you. You can't go back to work. You can't go back to school. You can't open your business. You can't do anything if you don't comply with the Pharmafia. It was absolutely disgusting, and I saw it coming a mile away. Like I had binoculars, right? When they told me I couldn't get on the train without a mask, I was basically out of there. And that was well before they were forcing pharmaceuticals on people and dragging kids out of Applebee's. It's ridiculous. Her comments came at the height of the pandemic. Okay, yeah, we read that already. See, these ads make everything incredibly difficult to read. These cheap, news pages littered with ads. Nicki's comments led to what was labeled Ballgate, and were lauded by various Republican leaders, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and anti-vaxxers around the U.S. And there it is, the famous tweet. My cousin in Trinidad won't get the juice because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding, so just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. That's all completely facts. Could you imagine that? These people were ruining lives. They were ruining lives before they were forcing the pharmaceuticals on people by shutting down your business, and they took it a step further by telling you that you had to do it. You couldn't go back to work if your company has 100 people. It was all absolute nonsense. I saw it from the start. And then they want to say, oh, well, we're going to end the emergency on May 11th or whatever. It's all completely arbitrary, just like that 6 feet social distancing was, and they just expected you to buy it. And they thought you were so stupid, and a lot of people were. Not me, though. However, the rap star was accused of spreading inaccurate information by Joy Reid, who's obviously a establishment hack shill, and she should believe, by Joy Reid's own standards, she should believe everything that Nicki Minaj says because she's a black woman, right? And you have to uplift black women. But it's never been the case. It's not really about that. It's always about obeying what they are telling you to do. And that much is so plainly obvious. Dr. Fauci, and we love watching these videos that have surfaced recently, which should have come out years ago, of him walking around D.C. with the mayor talking about, why don't you get the shot? And the guy's like, nah, dog, I don't trust you. It's very obvious because the hood knows, bro. Stop playing. Stop pretending. You think these people are stupid? They're not, bro. They can see through all of your nonsense. And somehow these establishment politicians continue to win, partly because of brainwashing and partly because of some less than savory, handling of ballots, shall we say. In related news, Representative George Santos, currently entangled in his own web of controversies, announced his re-election bid on Monday. And why not, right? Clearly, people love liars. The Democrats constantly fail up the ladder. The more they lie to you, the more they manipulate you, the higher up they get. Ask Gavin Newsom. So this is par for the course. Might as well do it, right? You've been caught lying and claiming you were gay when you have kids or whatever it is. Just keep going. Why stop now? They wouldn't back down for one split second. And that's the difference, is that the right wing, the conservatives, the Republicans, or whatever you want to call it, they will immediately capitulate, for the most part. 8 times out of 10, they will capitulate and say, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, when a tragedy happens in Nashville, you got, Katie Hobbs's press secretary doubling down. You have the extremists doubling down and saying, well, he was driven to this, or she or shim or they, them, z, zim, zer, or whatever was driven to this. And they constantly double down on their position. That's why there's no more middle ground. Because as soon as you say no, you are immediately the enemy, and they are too prideful. They are either too prideful or too evil, maybe a little bit of both, to say, all right, maybe we went a little bit too far. They'll never do that. And that's how everything got so extreme. Anyhow, a little bit more about George Santos, I suppose. His first term included accusations of lying about his personal biography, investigations by federal, state, and congressional officials, and calls from fellow Republicans for his resignation. Yeah, but why do that? Democrats wouldn't. In his announcement, Santos did not address the issues, but focused on his background, saying, I grew up poor with a single mom, and thanks to the American dream, a poor boy of immigrant parents in Queens, shout out Queens, can grow up to serve his community in the halls of Congress. Yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, that guy's a liar. Nicki Minaj is completely fake physically, but she's right. she was right about the juice, and she actually stood on it. I don't think she capitulated. I don't think she apologized. I could maybe I missed that. But it's not like, she already made it. She can't be canceled. You can't get rid of Nicki Minaj. She's making terrible music for more than a decade, and she's not going anywhere. So I don't see why she should stop now. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe.